Hey, what's up guys, back with another video, and this time I just wanted to cover a simple Marvel Future Fight topic. Now, if you've been playing the game for the past 13 days and don't live under a rock, then you should have been keeping up with the event quest that awards you with 50 tokens a day, and it amounts to up to 700 tokens across 14 days. And you can use these tokens to buy amazing and coveted items like the Mega Tier 2 ticket, which I'm sure everyone is saving up for. Now I know there are other items in the store that you can consider, like the uniform upgrade tickets and the I believe there are rank up tickets as well, but for 700 tokens you get one of the rarest items in Marvel Future Fight, an item that I believe hasn't been given out for free. In this case, it still kind of is for free. You're not paying a single dime for it in about 4 to 5 years. So this item is one that's not to miss. And yeah, I know you might be wanting to consider CCF, but it's 150 cosmic cube fragments for 600 tokens. It is, in my opinion, just not worth the value. The price to value ratio is just not there. Meanwhile, the tier 2 mega advancement ticket is by far the best item in this store, which you can use to automatically tier 2 a character that's at 6 stars, so its value is there. And this video is me recommending to you which characters you should consider for the tier 2 advancement ticket. And the first character that I'm going to present to you, which is really worthy of the ticket, is Nick Fury. Now there are multiple reasons why Nick Fury is definitely the #1 choice. This is for free-to-play players especially. You don't have to spend a single dime on Nick Fury. You can get him at 6 stars for 2.5k crystals from the Captain Marvel Legendary Battle. Now, why should you consider Nick Fury? For starters, he's got an amazing leadership. We'll just rank him up and I can show you right here. 50% increase of all attacks, which applies to only heroes, which is, yeah, okay, fine, only heroes, but it's still 50%. But wait, there's more. His tier 2 passive gives you a 50% damage buff against supervillains, an all defense 30% buff, and super armor. This character has a bunch of buffs applied to heroes that make him an absolute beast in a World Boss Ultimate. So there's definitely one avenue you can consider. And also, his leadership skill and his tier 2 passive are applicable in ABX. So he'll definitely be bumping your speed hero ABX scores, because Nick Fury himself is a speed character. Now, if that isn't enough to convince you into getting Nick Fury with the Mega Tier 2 ticket, Nick Fury himself can deal quite a bit of damage. He has been known, or there have been players that have shown, that Nick Fury can himself solo World Boss Ultimate, Corvus, and Proxima stages 50. Yeah, that is pretty impressive. Stage 50 is a pretty high number. So if you're going to spend the Mega Tier 2 ticket on anyone, it should be Nick Fury if you're not looking to spend about $14 in Singapore dollars on the subscription package for biometrics. Yep, so that's Nick Fury. He's the #1 choice. But if you absolutely don't want Nick Fury, the second character I can recommend is Nova. Nova himself has fallen off the meta quite a bit. He's no longer the PvP juggernaut that he used to be, but he is still a very dangerous character to come across in timeline. And Nova himself is one of the only few characters who is blessed with ignore targeting on his second skill, Rocket Blast. And guess what? This skill itself does have a stackable all defense down, and it has a very short cooldown time of 6 seconds. And if you have, 50% cooldown reduction, this skill only has a 3-second cooldown time, which actually makes it a lot scarier than the 4th skill on Captain Marvel, who also has ignore targeting. So if you are considering elevating your PvP status and you really don't care about PvE at this point, and you don't want Nick Fury because for some reason you don't like Nick Fury, then I suppose Nova is a pretty excellent choice. If you have to choose between him and the rest of the Ultimates and Ant-Man, I would definitely consider Nova. Now, another thing to take note about Nova is that this character is one of the hardest to farm in Marvel Future Fight. You can only get his biometrics through the dreaded bioprocessor in the Shield lab, and I can tell you I've done that for the better amount of like a year maybe, and I only have about 80 of his bios because I gave up in like the first month, and that took a lot of universal Norn stones and a lot of gear up kits. So if you don't intend to go through that slog to get Nova, then perhaps you can consider the Mega Tier 2 ticket on him, because he'll definitely help you out in PvP and Alliance Conquest. So yeah, the next character I'm going to recommend is actually X-23. Now this character isn't amazing in any department. She's good, but she's nowhere near the meta for any of the game modes available in Marvel Future Fight. But if you're a fan of the character, this is a no-brainer because she actually plays really well with her uniform. Without her uniform, she actually deals, her damage is actually quite weak. But if you're going to get her, you should also consider that the fact that, like Nova, she's also very difficult to farm and you can only receive biometrics. Her biometrics can only be attained from the Shield Lab bioprocessor, which makes her farming her quite a slog. And trust me, I farmed her. I used the Mega Rank Up ticket on her to get her to 6 stars, and then I farmed about 350 bios through the processor to tier 2 her, and it was a terrible experience. So if you're a fan of the character and you really want to get X23 to tier 2, then you can definitely use the ticket, the Mega tier 2 ticket on her, and it'll be worth it, especially if you buy her uniform. And as you can see here, the uniform adds quite a few buffs to the character that make her great. But on her own, X23 isn't that special because she doesn't have any of the coveted skills like ignore targeting or all defense down. So in terms of the the value of using a Mega tier 2 ticket on her, it's alright, but Nick Fury is still the #1 choice for the Mega tier 2 ticket. And the last recommendation I have to give is actually to just save the ticket. Yeah, I know, wait and not use the ticket immediately, absolutely boring. But hey, if you don't want any of the characters that I've just recommended, or don't intend to spend money to use it on a bio sub character, then don't use the ticket. There will definitely be plenty of updates to come, and the ticket itself doesn't have an expiry date, so it won't hurt to wait it out. We've already been teased with Rescue from the recent Marvel Future Fight teaser on the forums, and perhaps the Mega tier 2 ticket will be best used on her. You'll never know. The point is, don't bother wasting this rare gem of an item on a character that's just not worth it. Don't use it on Carnage, don't use it on Hyperion. They're just not worth a Mega tier 2 ticket. In my honest opinion, as of the present time, there's no one more worthy of the tier 2 ticket than Nick Fury. For F2P players especially, you should definitely consider Nick Fury. And if you don't like any of the characters that I've presented you don't like any of the choices and the recommendations I've made, then just wait it out and, wait until future updates come. Like I've said before, maybe there'll be a character in the future you like that you can slap the Mega tier 2 ticket on. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me who is going to be the one that you'll slap your tier 2 ticket on in the comment section below. I'll see you next time. Peace.